In the first video of this series, we show how simple it is to create a full QRadar instance console. And we actually, after I did the video, I installed the QDI app we are showing right here. What we're going to be doing next is we're going here into the marketplace. I'm logging as myself there. If we search for QRadar IBM, we're going to see the offerings that we have for 732. And we're going to be installing an app host and going to be migrating that QDI app into the app host. So this is what we want here. We did the console. We're going to do the app host, and in the last video we're going to be doing the manage host, all in 732 patch 1. So as before, we click here, continue to subscribe. Terms and condition, continue with configuration. You select the region that is applicable in your account. In my case is Ohio. We click continue to launch. Next, you need to select the VPC settings according to your installation and the subnet settings, and the security group, as well as the key pairs where you keep the keys you generated. You click here, launch. And in here, once you click in EC2 console, you're going to see that that instance is being installed here. That's the one. We're going to call it AppHost. And we're going to pause the video until this completes. We're going to grab the public IP as we have done before. Again, as we said in the previous video, make sure that you only use static IPs all over. Well, that is done. All we need to do is, again, open a terminal, and as we did with the console, we're going to use the same syntax, but to the new public IP of the app host. That we grabbed before. Actually, I could have done paste right here. So I put it in the clipboard. Click yes, and we are in. Now, what the command is very similar to the other one. It's very consistent. Sudo /root /setup _ app host. Okay, and this process begins. This installation should be much quicker than the full console. I'm going to pause the video until that completes. Okay, this took not nearly as long as the console, but took a short while. Now it's consistent as before, asking us to input the password for the app host. Enter twice. We are done here. Now what we need to do next is attach this app host to the console. And if you remember, when we got the IPs, the public and private IPs, for the host to connect, for the app host to connect to the console, the private IP is going to be used. We use the public, of course, for the SSH. In this case, it's going to be the private. So we go into System and License Management on the console. And we are going to add a host. And the host IP, again, is the private one, which I had here. I could have put it in the clipboard. There's a button for that. put the password, and click Add. That's all we need to do. Now, this is going to be doing its thing. It is important that when it will be adding the host, you may see here deploy, required to deploy changes. Don't go there, don't do that. The installation process will do everything on its own. So be patient and we'll wait until this part finishes. This is the part I was referring to, that deploy changes, leave it there. The installation process will take care of that. Well, that was actually pretty quick. So we have it attached. You can see it communicated well with it. Now we click on this button and say click to change where apps are run. And well, my bad. I apologize. I should have said that you don't do the deploy changes until the installation finishes. You actually need to deploy the changes here for the host to be fully installed. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause the video until that finishes. Notice that the deploy changes is doing it first on the console, which is this one, and the AppHost. And again, these are all the private IP. Remember, private IPs are what are used for all these VMs, all these virtual machines, all these instances, I should call them, to talk to one another. You SSH into those via the public IP. Once that's done, you go back here into System and License Management, and now you click where apps are run. And this is going to move all the apps. In my case, it's only the QDI app into the AppHost. So that's going to do its things. Let's actually pause the video until that completes. There are 7 stages, and we need for all that completion bar to comes to the end. Just for completeness, it's not too much to say that from this point on, every app that you install from the App Exchange is going to go into your AppHost. It's not going to be installed on the console anymore. That's all it is. If we now click on the QDI, that's the QDI running in the AppHost. In this case, this was quick because I only have one app. If you have more apps, this process of migration will take longer, but the system will do all by itself. In the last video of this series, we're going to do also in AWS, we're going to be adding a managed host.